Lots of reports have been coming out regarding CM Punk and AEW, so we'll check out the latest rumors with that story. We'll also see what Charlotte Flair had to say about Sasha and Naomi, as well as what's going on with a potential dream opponent and return match for Drew McIntyre. Let's start things off with the rumors and reports from AEW regarding CM Punk's status. CM Punk is back on the road with AEW as their World Heavyweight Champion after returning from injury. But a lot of controversy came right behind his first promo back on AEW Dynamite. Punk came out to the show to send massive shots at Jon Moxley, Eddie Kingston, and Hangman Page. Punk said that Moxley is the third best member of his current group, and also made a reference to the Shield faction in WWE, saying that Moxley was also third place in that group, behind Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins as well. He then came for Eddie Kingston, saying that Eddie was the second best Kingston he's been with in the ring, an obvious reference to Kofi Kingston in WWE, who Punk has been close friends with for a long time. The big turn with the promo came when CM Punk started taking shots at Adam Page. All of the reports claimed that Punk's remarks about Adam Page were all on the spot, unscripted, and improvised in the moment. A lot of fans and talent backstage had mixed reactions to those remarks that Punk said about Adam Page, and it didn't cause some tension there. CM Punk will have a massive match coming up where he will take on Jon Moxley to determine the one true unified AEW World Champion. The two of them have a lot of history dating back to WWE. Moxley obviously came into WWE as a member of the Shield. CM Punk was the mastermind with the Shield, both behind the scenes and on screen. Punk pitched the three-man faction to WWE, even picking Moxley and Seth Rollins to be in the group. WWE replaced the third member that Punk suggested with Roman Reigns instead, and the rest was history. The Shield then arrived onto WWE television, taking direct orders from CM Punk and Paul Heyman. Roman Reigns went on to have massive success, even linking back up with Paul Heyman in 2020. Seth Rollins had his success with countless world titles and major feuds, and Moxley has been making massive world title success everywhere he goes as well. So, from taking orders from CM Punk to fighting him for the chance to become a unified AEW champion is going to be the story for Moxley heading into this match. Fightful also reports that tension has allegedly been high backstage with CM Punk. They claim that Punk has reportedly been very furious lately, to the point where many individuals backstage felt like he was on the verge of quitting AEW and walking out. So some fans are wondering if some of that frustration leaked into his promo. Is that why he came after Adam Page out of nowhere like that? Are those things connected in any way? No one knows. But that's some of the discussion that fans are having right now. So we'll have to wait and see if that alleged frustration will ease up a bit between AEW, CM Punk, and now even some of the other talent, and what they're going to do with the AEW World title. Charlotte Flair went on her hiatus just days before Sasha and Naomi's walkout happened, so she wasn't there for everything that did or didn't go down. Charlotte was recently a guest on Stone Cold Steve Austin's Broken Skull sessions, and he asked her if she had any thoughts about their walkout. Charlotte had this to say about Sasha and Naomi, quote, "1, I haven't been there because I left after Backlash, and I know what it's like to jump on social media and read these headlines that are so far from the truth. So I don't know what happened, but what I can say is I can't imagine never wrestling Sasha again. That would be hard for me to compartmentalize because we started together. She is my Ricky Steamboat. My dad always tells her that. And then with Trin, Naomi, we just had a hell of a match on SmackDown, and I'm like, there's unfinished business there because of circumstances, storylines, whatever. For me, I can't imagine not working with them. But in terms of what they're going through, it's not my place to speak on behalf of the company or them because I'm not there right now." End quote. So like Charlotte said, she's no stranger to having all these reports coming after you and claiming all these different things. She's been there before dozens of times, so she can relate to that part of it. But she obviously can't speak for either side for when it comes to the actual WWE walkout itself. Charlotte said she can't imagine a world where she won't be wrestling Sasha and Naomi anymore. So if Sasha and Naomi do eventually return to WWE, it sounds like Charlotte Flair will be very ecstatic about those returns. Drew McIntyre is currently in the main event scene against Roman Reigns. He has truly elevated his game over the last few years to become one of the biggest WWE superstars on the current roster. He has elevated his game so much that he has superstars considering the idea of coming out of retirement just to face him. Wade Barrett was recently speaking with El Prunch WWE and was asked about a potential return to the WWE ring and stepping out of retirement. Barrett said that there is someone in mind that he will come out of retirement for. He had this to say, quote, "But I will say this, I'm healthy, I'm fit. If the right opportunity came along to get back in the ring to compete against, I don't know, maybe Drew McIntyre, then maybe I can be convinced to get back in the ring once again. We will see, so to be decided," end quote. So it's been several years since Wade Barrett has stepped foot in the middle of the WWE ring for a match, but according to him, if it's a big enough opponent, someone on the caliber of Drew McIntyre, he would strongly consider coming out of retirement for that match. As far as things go with Drew McIntyre, like we've said several times, he's gearing up for arguably the biggest match of his career at Clash at the Castle. If he's the one that puts an end to Roman's 700-day reign, he's going to elevate to another level. And with all the rumors about a potential split for the undisputed Universal title, Drew McIntyre is one of those highly rumored names to be taking the WWE title back over to Raw. So if that scenario does play out, it would really be cool to see because remember, Drew McIntyre is a two-time champion, but both reigns took place during the pandemic era for WWE, with not a single soul in the stands. So for Drew McIntyre's third WWE title win and reign to finally take place in front of fans would be a really incredible moment for Drew McIntyre. He was supposed to experience that feeling throughout 2020, but things were obviously out of everyone's hands back then. But for WWE to possibly go back to the idea and have Drew McIntyre have another world title reign in front of fans would be the perfect way to make up for what unfortunately didn't happen in 2020. So there's a lot to look forward to in the month of September, from Roman versus Drew, to the WWE draft, to rumors of more returns, call-ups, and so much more. So it's about to be an exciting time, but what are your thoughts on all of today's stories with Charlotte, CM Punk, and Drew McIntyre? Leave your comments below, don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.